Let's imagine that we are calculations within a big system. We are the ones and zeros that are the outputs of that system. The medium we are made of are those ones and zeros. It's the churning of the machinations of a great causal machine that we may never know but can know of. This is the modern version of an ancient Hermetic idea called mentalism. But what is mentalism? What is Hermetic philosophy? Hermetic philosophy was introduced to the mainstream through a book known as the Kybalion, which was published in 1908 by William Walker Atkinson, who was an attorney, a merchant, a publisher, and an author. Hermetic philosophy has two main fields of study. Classical Hermetic philosophy is derived from a few ancient sources. These sources are thought to be found within Alexandria. These books include, but are not limited to, the Divine Pymander, the Corpus Hermeticum, and the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. The New Age Hermetic philosophy, as proposed within the Kybalion from 1908, includes information from all of those original sources, but this information is distilled into 7 Hermetic principles that one can use to live by and manifest things within their life that they desire. The principles include mentalism, correspondence, polarity, vibration, gender, cause and effect, and rhythm. What's truly astounding to me is that somebody before 1908 came up with an idea that we all lived within a simulation. The first principle within the Kybalion is the principle of mentalism that states simply, the all is mind, the universe is mental. So back in Atkinson's time, we didn't have computers, we didn't have simulations, so they used the word mind as a form of web. When you don't have computers to compare to the mind, you only have the idea of mind, the idea of space, of memories attached to a conscious observer. If we change the word mind to web or simulation, it may begin to make more sense. The all is simulation. The universe is simulated. The all is web. The universe is a weaving. The all is mind. The universe is mental. So is our universe a simulation? This theory was originally conceived by Plato and his allegory of the cave.
Imagine for a moment that this is a cave, and Socrates says, imagine there were people sitting in the cave, chained to the ground, looking at the wall at the bottom of the cave. And then he suggests that there's some path up the cave, and there are more people up here, and they're holding things, like an apple maybe. And there's a fire behind them, and the fire casts light onto the image, and so the people in the bottom of the cave only see the image cast by the fire onto the wall of the cave. They don't actually see the apple. And then outside the cave, we've got puddles and trees, maybe with real apples on them. And at the very top, the sun.
But simulation theory has been coined by a modern philosopher known as Nick Bostrom. In this case, a simulation is an imitation of a situation or a process. And the simulation hypothesis proposes that what humans experience as the world is actually a simulated reality, such as a computer simulation in which humans themselves are constructs. According to Bostrom, there are only 4 different options for reality. The first being that humanity never advances far enough to create a simulation that is indistinguishable from reality. 2, that humanity advances far enough to create these simulations, but doesn't choose to do so. 3, we are in a simulation, being simulated by another reality. Or 4, we are in base reality.
So given that we're clearly on a trajectory to have games that are indistinguishable from reality, and those games could be played on any set-top box or on a PC or whatever, and there would probably be, billions of such, computers or set-top boxes, it would seem to follow that the odds that we're in base reality is 1 in billions.
So
Tell me what's wrong with that argument.
is the answer yes?
The argument is probably. I mean, but I just like, is there a flaw in that argument?
I mean, someone.
I'm not sure what the error.
No. The argument makes sense. So the assumption then is that somebody beat us to it, and this is a game.
No. There's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
Oh, okay.
So would this mean that we are not real? We're all just ones and zeros? Well, no. It proposes that even if this is not base reality, we are still products of a base reality, always connected to and influenced by, but not necessarily bound to the same laws as a base reality. For example, in the domain of our minds, the experience of pain and pleasure can exist. This experience is outside of what mathematics can explain. Math can never explain why orange tastes like orange. That experience is being observed in the mind, which has its own rules beyond the physical, yet derived from the physical.
Why does the universe exist at all? Right? So, we might say there is a formal model that if you run this model, you get the universe. Yes. Or the model gives you a model of the universe, right? You run this mathematical thing, and the mathematics unfolds in the way that corresponds to the universe. But the question is, why was that actualized? Why does the actual universe actually exist? And so this is another one of these humility is like, can you figure this out? I have a guess, okay, about the answer to that. And my guess is somewhat unsatisfying, but my guess is that it's a little bit similar to Gödel's second incompleteness theorem, which is the statement that from within as an axiomatic theory like John arithmetic, you cannot from within that theory prove the consistency of the theory. So my guess is that for entities within the universe, there is no finite determination that can be made of the statement the universe exists is essentially undecidable to any entity that is embedded in the universe.
So how can I know I'm real? The experience of Satori, an idea in Zen, can allow you to experience the awe of what it's like to be truly alive, and the paradoxical nature of life and our own form of consciousness. Luckily for us, ancient Zen masters created koans, or puzzles, that could allow temporary moments of Satori, temporary experiences of our true nature. These puzzles exist as paradoxes. If I could distill the puzzles into one single essence, it would be something like this. What is hearing the thoughts in your mind right now? What is seeing the sights that you take in? What is hearing the sounds that you take in? Fire does not illuminate itself. The finger reaches out to touch itself, but only feels thin air. Satori is the something in nothing, the paradox of the soul, or the eye that experiences every passing moment. This Satori is our experience of base reality, our consciousness bound to time. We exist as the moment in which experience happens, or the moments in which memories are made. And the entire universe is storing memory at all times, using itself and the Newtonian law of energy conservation to preserve these memories. So why is mentalism so powerful? Why is it the first Hermetic principle? It's exceptionally powerful because it explains that everything is connected and important. Every thought you have has a cause and an effect on every other vibration within the universe, and every universe within that universe, or the beds of those universes, are connected. Our minds, working rationally and irrationally, change the rational world that is dreaming it. When we think and when we dream, we are fabricating a reality within a realm of mind that does not require the same rules as our physical reality. And this allows us to siphon information in such a way to create directives. And once we have these directives, these dreams, these goals of where to go, we use these dreams to shape base reality. So base reality is dreaming us, and we are dreaming a dream for base reality. The first Hermetic principle honors that we are a sort of calculation that the universe is running, a dream within an infinite mind, a mind within that mind, and Newtonian physics grounds us in the rules of that mind. Modern Wolfram physics explains that we are a sort of calculation, and the deeper question is, what is calculating us? This is the precise problem that science has with connecting consciousness and spirituality to the world of the physical. Einstein had an elegant way of putting it when he said that he can know the speed of light, but he can never really know what light is. The Godhead is that which knows all things, but knows not itself. Just as a knife cannot cut itself and fire cannot illuminate itself, we may never truly know ourselves because we are a dream in an infinite mind.